You are blessed with a myriad of souls. Bearer of the curse, make your way to the castle.
What? Clearing the way was you doing, was it? Didn't think you had it in you, pal. No. That's not like it sounds, no. It was a pleasant surprise, that's all. Name's Benhart. Thanks to you, I can resume my journey. If we share the same path, I'm sure that we are going to meet again. I'll repay my debt to you in battle. I swear it, by my sword. The road ahead's going to be long, but I'm here to help. I am in your debt. It's a true man who honours his debts, and I'll see mine paid. I swear it, by my ancient sword.
At the end of the last video, we met one of the most significant characters in the game, the Scholar of the First Sin. The Scholar has taken an interest in our character, and will follow us throughout the remainder of our journey, popping in here and there, and giving more clues as to what is our ultimate destiny in this game. In our first encounter with the Scholar, he shared some very interesting things to think about. He told us that in this world there are but two paths: inherit the order of the world, or destroy it. But only a true monarch can make such a choice. And this aspect of kings is very important to the story of Dark Souls 2. The idea of what makes and defines a true king, and what gives them the ability to face the choices that lie before them. The Scholar reaffirms what the Emerald Herald told us, that we must seek after King Vendrick. As he says, he who almost became a true monarch. And this means that Vendrick lacked a crucial element that helped him become a true monarch. In other words, Vendrick wasn't able to inherit the order of the world, or destroy it, as the Scholar put it. He wasn't able to make that choice. But there's more to the story about why Vendrick didn't want to make this choice or abandon it altogether. There are actually quite a few reasons as to why he did it, and we'll find out more of them as we continue in the story. But this definitely isn't the last we've seen of the Scholar, and as we progress we'll learn his true identity, and why he's so crucial to the plot of this game. The Shrine of Winter has two great purposes. The first is to serve as a gateway to Castle Drangleic, and only those who have been blessed with a myriad of souls, namely the souls of the four Old Ones, may proceed to the castle itself. It also serves as the gateway to another kingdom and another king, but we'll explore this realm much later on, once we tackle the expansion of the Crown of the Ivory King.
This castle is isolated, but nonetheless you must forge on to bring an end to your journey and mine.
This is the first time we see the Emerald Herald outside of Majula, and the fact that she could get here without having to go through the Shrine of Winter does seem to suggest that she has a power greater than our own, as she always seems to be 2 steps ahead of us on our journey. There's a lot more to her character than it may appear, and we'll learn even more about the Emerald Herald once we progress further in our own journey.
Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me? This castle is the domain of King Vendrick. Is your trespass intentional? His Highness. Where has he gone? You are a guest of our castle. I am the Chancellor, Velager. Do you seek an audience with my lord, King Vendrick? Unfortunately, His Highness is absent. My lord, the King, the Queen has taken him. My lord made magnificent findings on souls, an accomplishment for the ages. He vanquished 4 great ones and built this kingdom upon their souls. Our king has watched over this land since ages long, long ago. King Vendrick, we must fight back, or the giants will take Drangleic. The king had a dear queen, a woman of unparalleled beauty. Long ago, the Queen came to us, alone, from a faraway land. She warned our lord of the looming threat across the seas, of the giants. The king crossed the ocean and defeated the giants with the Queen at his side. The king commandeered their power and created the golems. With the golems, the king created this castle to celebrate victory and to show his love, his gratitude to his queen. The queen brought peace to this land and to her king. A peace so deep, it was like the dark. Is this some sort of a dream? Where am I? What has happened to our castle? Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me? Welcome, visitor. Our guests are treated with honor. This is the way of our castle. Tell me if you should require anything.
The ghostly apparition of Chancellor Velager gives us a lot of insight into the story of Drangleic, King Vendrick, and Queen Nashandra. The queen, known as Nashandra, came to Vendrick one day during his rule, and she was renowned for her beauty and her utmost grace. Like Chancellor Velager said, it was the queen who convinced Vendrick to go to war with the giants and claim the prize from across the sea. Now, it's not exactly implied what this prize is, but I'd like to theorize it's this special relic known as the Giant's Kinship, because it was with this power that Vendrick was able to create the golems that we see around this castle, and Nashandra, having helped Vendrick claim his prize, brought peace to the land, and Velager says that the peace was so deep, it was like the dark. And this is incredibly important, because it gives us our first clue about what the character of Nashandra is like. But this dialogue from Chancellor Velager makes it seem like the queen does have a more mysterious quality to her. And it is through Nashandra that many of the events of Vendrick's story came to pass. And she too will become part of our own story in the near future.
I'll be around.
how far this undead has wandered. And a very fit undead you are. A bit too alive, but with a darkish shadow. Yet still unprepared for a deeper dark. And like every undead, you have no future. Oh my, don't mind me. I'm just talking amongst myself. But if you find the need for a truer dark, then meet again. We shall.
We've just encountered a character known as Dark Diver Grandal, who is the Covenant NPC for the Pilgrims of the Dark. To join this Covenant, you must find Dark Diver Grandal across 3 different locations in the Kingdom of Drangleic. Once you discover all 3, you are given access to the Covenant and receive the Abyss Seal Ring. What is dark? Perhaps we already know. We fear dark, yet find solace in it. Those who join this Covenant can see the hidden dark chasm. And that is indeed the main goal of this Covenant, the Dark Chasm of the Abyss. In the time of Dark Souls 2, the Abyss has dissipated and has become fractured. Where it was once a whole place of utter blackness in the original Dark Souls, it has become something less, and its power has been diverted into other means. We'll learn more about the ways that the Abyss has kind of become fragmented later on. But basically, the function of this Covenant is you get to explore 3 different dungeons and 3 different parts of the Dark Chasm of the Abyss. And once you complete all 3, you get to fight one of the optional bosses of the game, the Dark Lurker. Now I will say I won't be joining this Covenant myself for this playthrough, but it does provide some interesting insight into the nature of the Abyss and the Dark. It's definitely one of the creepier Covenants to be a part of in the game, but it does have some really cool story elements as well as gameplay elements. And in my opinion, it's one of the better PvE Covenants of the Dark Souls series.
Thank you.
now approach the throne of the Queen herself, and in talking to her we'll learn much about Vendrick and the remainder of our quest. And after we finish conversing with the Queen, we'll end this video with a rematch of one of the earlier boss fights.
You have fought admirably on your journey, cursed undead. I am Nishandra, Queen of Drangleic. A true monarch carries the weight of their souls. The last king of this land, King Vendrick, as he was called. He found the strength to rule his people, and when the undead were born, cursed, he found more strength to face them. But in the end, he never took the true throne. Visit Vendrick. We have no need for two rulers.
Well met, friend. Good to see you well. Yes, very good indeed. I journeyed from the distant east to perfect my swordsmanship. And legend has it that powerful beings slumber in this land. This sword has been in my family for generations, and only a real man can wield it true. I may face any manner of man or beast, but none shall be a match for my sword.